You don't always have to be loud to be powerful. Sometimes your silence is the loudest roar in the room. In a world where everyone wants to be heard, there's something mysterious, almost magnetic, about the person who chooses silence. While the rest of the world scrambles for attention, approval, and applause, the silent one simply observes. No noise, no show, just presence. That presence carries weight, not because they say much, but because when they finally do, the world listens. Silence doesn't mean weakness. In fact, it often signals the kind of inner strength that doesn't need validation, the kind of strength that's too busy building to explain itself. Think about the quiet person in the room, the one who watches, who notices, who doesn't rush to speak. That person often sees more, understands more, and controls more than anyone else. Because silence teaches you something noise never can: self-control. You're no longer wasting your breath on things that don't grow you. You're not defending your worth, you're defining it through action. You're not reacting to every opinion, you're responding only to what aligns with your path. The truth is, silence is not the absence of words, it's the presence of purpose. When you stop speaking unnecessarily, you start hearing deeply your own thoughts, your own truth, your own instincts. That's when real clarity starts to show up. You become calmer, sharper, stronger. While the noisy world burns out, you burn inward, fueling the fire that will one day light up your life. Everyone's rushing to be seen, but you've chosen to be focused. You've chosen to grow in peace, not perform for approval. While others brag about plans, you're executing yours quietly. While some chase attention, you're chasing growth. And when they finally notice you, it won't be because you shouted, it'll be because your results started doing the talking. Silence, Becca. Ohm's your shield, your secret, your system. It keeps your energy locked in and your vision razor sharp. So if you're walking through life quietly right now, keep going. Your silence isn't unnoticed. It's powerful, it's purposeful. And one day the world will realize the most dangerous person in the room isn't the one who speaks the loudest. It's the one who sat in silence and listened to everything. When you stop explaining yourself to people who never really cared to understand you, you gain back your peace and your power. There comes a time in life when silence becomes more valuable than any explanation. Not because you don't have something to say, but because what you're building doesn't need to be spoken. It needs to be protected. When you stop talking about your every move, you start moving with precision. You stop leaking energy into pointless conversations and start channeling that energy into your purpose. You realize not everyone deserves access to your thoughts. Some people are just looking for pieces of you to twist, doubt, or misuse. Silence guards your vision. It keeps your intentions clean and your mission safe. You see, silence is where the real growth happens, not in noisy breakthroughs, not in status updates or public wins. It happens in early mornings when no one sees you working. It happens when you choose discipline over distraction. It happens in the moments when everyone else is clapping for themselves and you're just quietly improving. You don't need a round of applause when you're walking towards something far greater than attention. The loud often burn fast. They chase momentum and crash when it fades. But the silent, they're steady. They don't reveal their roots, but they grow deep. While others demand recognition, they earn results. And when those results arrive, they don't need to be introduced. They speak louder than words ever could. There's something beautiful about being misunderstood in silence, because while the world is trying to figure you out, you're already 3 steps ahead. You're working while they're wondering, you're learning while they're laughing, you're building while they're boasting. They don't see the grind because you never showed them. That's the power of moving in silence. You rob people of the chance to limit you. They can't stop what they don't know is coming. And when success finally arrives, and it will, you'll have no need to say, "I told you so." The life you're living will say it for you, not with arrogance, not with revenge, but with peace. Because you didn't prove them wrong out of spite, you proved yourself right out of purpose. There's a quiet confidence that comes from trusting your own path. You stop looking sideways, you stop comparing your journey to someone else's timeline, you stop begging for recognition and start walking in alignment. Every step becomes intentional, every hour becomes sacred, every day becomes part of a bigger picture that only you can see, and that's enough. It doesn't need to be reposted or retweeted or validated. It just needs to be done quietly, powerfully, consistently. So when the world gets loud, let your silence get deeper. When they doubt you, let your results surprise them. When they talk, let your peace grow louder. You don't need to explain your dreams to people who gave up on theirs. Just keep going, keep building, keep trusting the silence. Because sometimes the loudest breakthroughs come in the quietest moments. They laugh because you were quiet, but soon they'll be quiet because you didn't stop. When you embrace silence fully, you stop running after things that were never meant to fulfill you. You stop chasing validation, you stop needing permission, and you start reclaiming the most powerful thing you ever lost, your focus. That laser-sharp focus that only grows when you block out the noise and reconnect with who you truly are. Silence teaches you what you were too distracted to notice, that you don't need to be seen to make progress, and you don't need to be liked to move forward. Silence gives you the space to reflect, to breathe, to feel. It allows you to sit with your pain without escaping it, to sit with your dreams without rushing them, to sit with your past and make peace with it. It's in silence where healing begins, where purpose is clarified, where energy is recentered. And when you rise from that place, not loud, not flashy, just certain, there's no force strong enough to shake you. The world will try to provoke you. It will throw tests your way, disguised as people, situations, and temptations. But your silence is your power shield. It says, I don't need to react, I choose to rise. It's the kind of power that unnerves people, not because you're intimidating, but because you're unbothered. You've learned how to walk away with your dignity intact. You've mastered the art of being underestimated and then over-delivering with grace. Every empire you admire was built in phases of silence. Every legend you quote went through seasons of isolation. Greatness doesn't announce itself, it prepares itself, it refines itself, it sacrifices in silence so it can rise without apology. Your silent season may feel lonely, but it's sacred. It's where you outgrow your old self. It's where the world forgets you, but you find you. And when the time comes to speak, you won't speak out of desperation. You'll speak with direction. You won't shout to be heard. You'll whisper with impact. You'll carry presence, not because you demanded it, but because you earned it, because you built something real, something unshakable, something they can't ignore, even if they never saw it coming. So keep walking your path, even if it feels invisible. Keep choosing silence, even when noise tempts you. Keep working, growing, healing, and rising without posting every step. One day they'll ask how you did it. You'll just smile, because they'll never understand how powerful silence truly was in getting you everything they thought only noise could bring. Be silent, stay focused, build in peace. And when the world finally hears your story, they'll realize the quietest one in the room was always the most dangerous.